Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another video. Today, we're going to be talking about how we are definitely due for some sort of a bounce. We have been declining for quite some time now. If you look at the daily, we also, interestingly, again, came right up to the moon phases here. We had the bare moon and we went right back down, 3 days down on the bare moon. Usually we do see at least 3 days of downside on a bare moon. You can see another one here, 1, 2, 3 on the bare moon. Over here, 1, 2, 3, 4 days on the bare moon, and then we get at least some sort of pity bounce. Usually, right here we had kind of one up, a couple more down, but you can see the bare moon has played out yet again. If you trade just the moon phases, you'd be doing pretty good because I mean, look at this bounce, down, down, up, down. This one did not play out. Down, up. I mean, it's pretty good here. So I did mention this a while ago that we potentially might see a pullback. And I did actually short basically the top, and I'm bummed because I didn't leave my shorts open and I got back into my longs too early. If you do want to do any leverage trading, I use Bitunix. It's my favorite exchange. And there's an affiliate link below that gives you a nice discount on fees. So if you want to try to long any of this, feel free. I have 2 longs in the profit and a bunch of longs that I put in too early. Fartcoin just getting absolutely decimated. So I'm down on a lot of those, but I think we do see some sort of a bounce today. You can see on the daily candle, we already have a big wick to the downside, and then a pushback to the upside. And I think we will see, there's a couple reasons why. I mean, it's kind of interesting. I saw that what's his face here? Killa was saying that short Bitcoin Monday morning and long Tuesday rinse and repeat. And he shows this where basically Monday high, Tuesday low, Monday high, Tuesday low, Monday high, Tuesday low. I mean, that's pretty predictable. And it does seem that we would pump through the weekend and then sell off on Monday. And it does seem like that happens. There was one time right here and one time right here where we did go lower after Tuesday, but we have been declining for, has it been 3 weeks? I guess we've been declining for 3 weeks on Bitcoin here. Has it been 3 weeks? I mean, I guess it has. So we've been going down for quite some time. At this point, we're pretty close to being at the bull market support band. So we could just test this while we're down here. And honestly, it might be more bullish if we just go down to this 107. The bull market support band is this white band of moving averages down here, and this is usually holds a lot of support for a lot of different coins. For Ethereum, the bull market support band is all the way down at 3,000, so that would be quite a drop to get down there. But anything that is above the bull market support band is basically showing strength. If we go through, you know, the list of trades I have open, Litecoin is above the bull market support band. Solana is way above it. Bonk is under it right now, so not showing any strength. Some other ones, AVAX just kind of retested it a couple days ago. Fartcoin, I'm sure, is way below it now at this point. Just made a new all-time low. I mean, relative, a new short-term low, I should say. I have an ENA trade that's pumping right now and a SUI trade. So that's what we got going on for just the general markets, but there's a couple other things I wanted to talk about. I've been using the liquidation levels to add to longs. And if we go to the 48-hour for Bitcoin, you can see almost all of the liquidity is to the upside. If I just go to I'll just go to the general liquidation map that shows it a little bit. Oops, that's not what I wanted. That shows it just a little bit clearer. Liquidation, what? Oh, I searched that last time, so Google thinks I wanted to just, you know, search the same thing repeatedly. But liquidation map here on CoinGlass. I also use the app on my phone. It's pretty decent, but here's all of the exchanges for the last 1 day. Basically, the most amount of liquidity is up at 111,200. If we go to the 7-day, you can see there's almost no liquidity left below on the 7-day. It looks like a pump to at least, you know, 114,000 is very likely. Now, the price often moves to this liquidity and, you know, call it market manipulation from market makers or some other reason. But we do usually get up into this area. I just got another notification from CoinGlass saying someone has moved a lot of Bitcoin. So maybe it looks like they might try to dump the price a little bit lower. Maybe they're going to try to grab this liquidity down here. If we go all the way to the 30-day, you can see there's really nothing below. I mean, we could if you go all the way to the bottom, 97,000, it only liquidates 3 billion people, right? And then if you go all the way to the top, it's 18 billion, $18 billion, not people, sorry, 18 billion of shorts to be liquidated if we go to 127, and only 3 billion to be liquidated if we go to 97K. So a big difference there, So again, Bitcoin in the short term, we should pump to at least around here, but we could easily hit to 120K because that's where most of the liquidations are. If we go to like the 1 week, again, this is just another way to look at that same chart, but you can see up here, if we go up to 120K, that's basically $3 billion of liquidations. There's a big cluster here at 115.7, there's a big cluster at 117, and there's a big cluster up here at like 118, and then a bunch more up at 120. Ethereum, kind of the same thing. You know, the liquidations are pretty much only up. All of the liquidations below are basically new. People who have longed, you know, this recent bottom here at about 4,300. So that's what we got going on there. Another one you can use to open trades, if you do use that leverage link, use that affiliate link below, get a nice little discount. But if you do want to try any leverage trading, another way you can do it is just use this max pain liquidations. This is another way I've been doing it. So basically, if you go all the way to the 1 month, this is like the maximum downside. That would be the most painful, basically liquidate the most amount of people. And you can see for Bitcoin, it's only going down to 109K, which is only another 0.86% drop. But for the shorts to get liquidated, it can go up 9% up to 120K, just like I was saying. And then ETH, same thing. A little bit more downside on this one. So a lot of people are still riding along here. So technically ETH could go down to just under 4,000. And this would liquidate, you know, whatever, $195 million worth. And the upside is 46.14 for max pain. Solana, more upside than downside. XRP, a lot more upside here, 17% almost. That's interesting. $18 million there. Downside only 6%. Doge, you can see how this works here. So Sui is actually another one that's crazy. Seems like a lot of people shorted the top of Sui. Sui has dropped a lot, and 31% to the upside. Same with Link. Same with ENA. ENA has had a big pullback, so it's only 3% possible downside. I mean, when I say possible, it can go below this, but this is just where all the liquidity is, and that usually acts as like a magnet here. 34%. Litecoin as well. Only 6% to the downside, but 23% to the upside. So see a lot of that. It's just kind of interesting. A lot of people are saying that maybe we got some big whales that are rotating from Bitcoin to Ethereum and other altcoins. And that makes sense, right? So once the ETH Bitcoin chart starts to bottom, some people do rotate. I mean, if you're going to rotate billions of dollars, you probably should have done it a little sooner at this point. I mean, right? Because look at how much we've already moved back up, and how much are we already going to move, or how much more are we going to move up? We're starting to see some signs that this could pull back here. So we'll see what happens, but it's kind of losing some momentum here, but I still think it'll continue for a while for sure, but I'm sure there'll be some pullbacks in the short term. So that's what we got going on here. Let's look at Litecoin, Bitcoin. You can see we've just been declining for quite some time now, unfortunately. And it does look like we are maybe seeing almost confirmed on the Camel Finance indicator that maybe we're already seeing a bottom for Litecoin, Bitcoin. Maybe we'll see a pump and then a dump into, what is this, September, maybe even October. But you can see a lot of these altcoins now are performing a little bit better against Bitcoin. It does seem like altcoins are showing some relative strength over Bitcoin. We'll hit the stock market real quick. A lot of the crypto stocks did do some pumpage on the last couple days here, so that's good to see. If we just look at the SPY, S&P 500, it does show a bearish divergence here on yesterday's candle. That could play out to the downside, but it also has a green dot, so kind of conflicting indicators, right? So one of my indicators is saying bearish divergence. The other one is saying, we have a green dot, which is kind of like a buy/strength symbol on the market safer beat indicator. I also have an affiliate link below if you want to try that one. But you can see last time we got a green dot, we had a nice little, weak pump. the Camel Finance indicator is saying that we should see a cycle low sometime in the early September range, which would be about when we're seeing the rate cut. So that would be interesting. Tesla showed some strength the last couple of days. Apple has been strong, now starting to pull back a little bit. MicroStrategy, this one is in the window for a low. I have a couple different indicators saying that the low is either in or almost in. My market cipher B indicator has a big green dot on the daily, which doesn't happen very often, honestly. The last time it did that was way back here, and we did see a run up for a couple weeks here. So I do like to see that on MicroStrategy. Sometimes it seems like MicroStrategy predicts, MicroStrategy had a top right before, before Bitcoin had the top. This could be the all-time top for MicroStrategy though, however, and I do plan to offload a lot of my MicroStrategy. I had quite a bad entry for my MicroStrategy, but it's just because I transferred from a leveraged MicroStrategy into that one. MSTY has been performing extremely bad lately, but it did also tap this long-term resistance just 4 days ago. So maybe the bottom is in. You can see a couple of my indicators saying that the bottom is in for MSTY. This one is basically like a dividend fund that trades MSTR options. But yeah, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Just wanted to hit a couple different stocks. Oh, we have some. What do we have here on the log? We have a couple daily cycles that failed. Confirmed a daily cycle for BMNR. SPY confirmed the daily. Did I see that? SPY confirmed the daily. Oh, just back here. Okay, so confirmed that this is a weekly low. So maybe some more upside. We've been struggling to break above this long-term resistance line. Let me clean this up because there's like a lot of indicators going on here. So if you draw from this wick to this wick, you can see we did actually kind of reject off of this almost once, twice. So maybe we're going to get above this and then maybe we'll come back down. We could easily see something for the S&P 500, like get out of here and then retest into this cycle low and then another move. And then by the end of this year, I am expecting a very large decline into a bear market. That is my base case for both stocks and cryptocurrencies. We'll hit stablecoin dominance real quick. It looks like we did make a higher high, which is not good to see. It's lower than this high, but it was higher than this high from just a couple weeks ago. So I don't really like to see that. If we go to the daily time frame, and even if we clean this up a little bit here, you can see we are below the bull market support band, which is good. We did almost make a double top here. We had, so, we'll see what happens here. It does say there's a low again in early September. So maybe we do get a pullback in early September or maybe even a little bit later, but we are broken out of this descending wedge, which I do not like to see. If this is a bullish chart, that means that crypto is bearish because people often pull their stable coins, move their money into stable coins to kind of get out of the crypto market. So that's unfortunate. And it does even maybe look like we are trying to see a bounce here. No, I mean, RSI still a little oversold. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Have a great day, everyone. And remember, there's some affiliate links below if you want to try out. Bitunix is my favorite exchange. It's got really low fees. You can leverage trade legally pretty much anywhere. I have links for Coinbase and crypto.com and BTCC if you want to try one to trade stock tokens and stuff like that. So I have a bunch of affiliate links, market cipher B as well, and that is the best way to support the channel if you want to do so, and those all help you out and give you some nice little bonuses. So appreciate the support, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Have a great day, and that's going to be it for the video. See you guys.